Oh, shit.
Wrong one. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another fucking Scotland. We've not just done one. This is our second in a row. We're a bit tired.
This is a number 2.
Okay,
this will be looser.
Right, this is looser. Because of that, we don't have a subject. So I'm going to take a chance and hand it over to you.
A subject?
A subject. We need to talk about...
Something that's been irking me.
Yes, which is a lot of things.
Something that's been getting in my tits.
Oh my God, that is a lot. Oh, annoyances.
Yeah.
Annoyances. Okay.
There's an advert.
Oh God.
And it's for a cruise. And it's got children singing. And it's like, Mum and Dad are going on a cruise this afternoon. It's selling itself as a cruise without children.
And it's children left behind.
It's a children left behind in a choir.
I kind of like that.
No, but if you have children, you're supposed to like your children.
No. See, this is where you've gone wrong.
You're supposed to like them.
You know when your mum and dad made you move out at 12?
Aye.
That wasn't because they liked you.
No, but if you get yourself a dog or a cat, you didn't just leave it outside all the time. You want to spend time with it. I've no time for this fuckers.
You know, when I was
What's that Sandals Resort? It's all just for adults.
Do you remember when Sandals had the adverts and it had at the bottom, no same-sex couples?
Did they?
Yeah, that wasn't even that long ago.
Sandals,
Pieces of shit. Yeah.
Denying the pink pound's foolish.
It's money.
It's foolish.
It's money. Are you mad?
You don't. We've spoken about this before. When you're a business, you don't fucking put your political allegiance in the back of your van.
Exactly.
Avoid flags, guys.
I see now. Actually, around here, I see a lot of businesses do that. They actually literally put it on their vans.
It's stupid.
And you're like, no, it's a business.
Yeah.
There's no in my business. There's no politics. There's no opinion. There's nothing. No. Someone wants an item. I sell them it.
It's like that.
Very
it's
simple.
Like that Irish was the Irish cake shop. It wouldn't do the same sex marriage.
Oh God, it's like
what the fuck's the deal?
And then people were defending it, saying, "Well, that's a well. What do you do next? Do you deny service to someone of colour? Where do you draw the line? It's nonsense."
Do you remember The Gate?
The film?
No, The Gate in Perth Road.
Oh, I thought we were going to have fun and talk about The Gate, the film.
It's a great film. No, The Gate was a evangelical church at Perth Road, and they on a Wednesday they used to offer free food. And
so you were always there?
I was there every time. And it's like that episode with Homer Simpson and the cult. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But I just used to go, and then what they would do was that young lasses basically would come and sit and go, "Have you ever heard of our Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ?" And I would just eat my chili and fuck off. But they'd give you a whole baguette.
Oh.
You get a whole baguette and soup.
See, that was to keep you there.
Yeah.
Because you had to eat it. So that would
I
take
just didn't listen
to
it. I make so much noise when I'm eating, they just couldn't speak above the din. So I would just leave.
That's amazing.
That's
still not tightened this.
Again, don't if you give people free food, just don't preach to them.
You get it. I was in the city centre. I was working at the car rental place.
Yeah.
I'd go in the centre and I'd have my Greggs,
and
I'm eating, and they come up, and I went,
Mormons,
whoever it was, I can't remember.
There's been Mormons.
I'm just chilling. They went, no problem. The next day, come up, and I went, no, I'm just I'm eating. And it went on from the Monday to the Friday.
Jesus.
And the guy, I thought, you know what? They probably see so many people. He doesn't remember.
Yeah.
And he went, I know you're eating. And I thought, you fucking cunt. You do know me. And I went,
to be fair,
and then it was rude.
You do look like you're needing saved from something.
I know.
I've had Jehovah Witnesses at the door and they've left.
Oh, I imagine.
I've kept them talking.
The thing that I don't like what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And the girl I used to go out with, she was an ex-Jehovah's Witness.
Right.
She was disfellowshipped.
There's a lot of child abuse in the organisation.
Yeah, and they covered it up very well for years. But they're only meant to go to a house once. You're only meant to get told the truth once and never come back. They come back all the time.
I've had them a lot, yeah.
And she didn't believe this, but this is what happens. But what I don't like to do, they bring children up.
Yeah.
So you won't tell them to fuck off.
Oh, no, I will.
I know you will, but...
I'll tell a child to fuck off.
I won't. They're just... You can't do that.
Yes, you can.
That's...
The sooner children realise the world's a dark and terrible place, the better.
The better.
I'm helping them.
That's fucking...
I was saying,
bleak.
See your mum here, who you're standing with, she's going to die, and you're going to be left alone, and you'll die too. and there's just going to be a blackness, a darkness. Just nothing.
Just
no
nothing.
feelings.
You're
no
not
colour.
even given the darkness.
It's not even darkness. You won't be
That's
aware
the
of the
thing.
darkness.
Well, that's something that irks
To be
me.
dead.
This
to be dead.
this
To be
use
absent.
of death to control people, the fear of it,
Yeah.
that you're trapped in a black box for the rest of your
You're not. There's
existence.
just
You're not.
nothing.
There's nothing.
You can't contemplate it.
There's
no
no
like sleep.
Because isn't it? I was watching, and this was Norm Macdonald, and he made a statement about death that was very interesting, and I didn't realise he knew he was dying, obviously, at this point. And he said he figured something out, that him and death will never meet.
No.
And it's very true.
Yeah.
You'll never meet.
That's why I really think people on their deathbed should be given all kinds of drugs.
Anything available.
Just the happiest shit.
The happiest.
They've got drugs that'll just make you so happy.
Just, yep.
Float out. Die with all your family around you. Hold
That's
your hand.
it.
That's
Just
you. Bump.
gone.
You should be able to choose your death. Everybody should have a dignified death.
My dad, when he was dying, he should have died 2 weeks before he died.
Yeah.
It was brutal. It was the most cruel thing.
You should be allowed to do that.
And the only time where the doctors could help him, in inverted commas, the only time they could give him this pain relief, which was essentially just heroin, was when he was genuinely just dying in front of you.
Yeah.
And it was like, it shouldn't have got to that.
No, it shouldn't.
It shouldn't have got to that. It was terrible.
And who is it? It's stopping this? Religious people again?
I think it is. I think it's that, because there's this belief, well, everyone will just be dying for any reason. No. That's people who have never experienced suffering in front of their eyes.
Yeah.
There's no way out of it, and you could just make someone sleep.
People are tenacious.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lassie that's been given a damehood, and she's terminally ill. I think she's still with us.
Right.
She's holding on to life.
Mm-hmm.
She thinks it's still worth it.
That's
at this point. She wants to continue. But the moment she doesn't, she should be entitled.
She should be entitled just to fall asleep quietly and peacefully.
There will
with
be
dignity.
There's got to be a drug, but they make it quite convoluted, don't they?
Yeah, people say, no matter what, it's like my dad. He fought to the end, and hold on, he died without dignity because of this.
Yeah,
and I would love to say there was something different, but there wasn't.
It
was terrible.
The whole fighting to the end thing. I think
that's a dangerous thing to say, fighting, because you fight a battle, well, you've lost.
Yeah,
and there's this sense of no, it's not like that.
It's pure.
It's not like that. It's not like that.
Chemistry.
And things like that, you have to be careful how you approach it, especially when people are suffering. And I definitely think that there should be an option.
Living wills. You have all this considered.
Mm-hmm.
You've considered. It's like organ donation. You opt out. Everyone should just give their organs.
That's
if you
right.
feel strongly against it, then you opt out. Simple.
I don't know if anyone would want mine.
No, like a squeezed out tea bag. What is that? Is it a spleen? Is
I
it
don't
a heart?
know.
Is it a testicle? We're not sure.
I've always said when I die,
it to the dog
I'm going to
instead.
donate my body to science fiction.
Yeah.
That's more apt, but...
Well, not too... In spitting distance of us, there's a big tank full of cadavers.
Yes.
It keeps them nice and soft.
It's more usable that way.
Yeah, they're plump.
They
plump.
turn very white.
Yeah,
very
slump.
yellowy.
Like the pale flesh of a fish belly.
Yeah, it's like
plumpalicious.
The bit of the orange you don't like on the inside.
Let's go that way.
Oh, it goes horrible. But I've seen that. I've seen bodies here.
Yeah.
University. Went into one room, and I thought it was a model of a head split down the middle.
Was a head.
That was real.
I used to go and have my sandwiches when I was at Glasgow Uni in the cadaver room.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the medical museum, and one thing was a giant jar about this size with a human penis in it that filled the jar.
Whoa!
Yep.
That's where it went.
Somebody was proud of that. And then there was another one. I've got a photograph of this somewhere. And it was a glass jar, and in it was the head of a 3-year-old child, and they were just like that, and the hair was all floating up.
Yeah,
and they'd put pigment into it and glass eyes, so it just looked alive.
There's strange things they do. You get the visit. It's once a year.
The peeled bodies, where they had the pregnant woman one, and the during the autopsy, each stage they'd taken a cast.
Taken a bit. Oh, amazing.
And have you seen the ones where before all the more kind of technological advancements, they would just peel you down to the little nerve end, again, not nerve ends, but just the tiny little veins, and then they would put resin and wax in them, just insanely.
Yeah, they'd plasticise here. Yeah, it's.
I
quite
think
cool.
a lot of doctors drink and smoke, because I think when you see a body cut open, we're just a big bag. It's miraculous.
It is. I mean,
I'm not a religious person, but for us,
but it is incredible.
Lumps of meat to be having a conversation.
It's
That's
incredible.
fucking wild.
And it's. I like that. What was that mad German doctor that done all the autopsies?
Oh, he's dead now.
and
The
that?
plastication process.
Yeah. I enjoyed all that. I watched.
Well,
it
he
on TV.
was getting loads of bodies, I reckon, suspiciously from India. People were worth more dead than alive.
That's what they say.
That's
in
where all the medical
Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
Is it Return of the Living Dead? And they say, but they've all got perfect teeth.
Yeah.
And they say, why they all have perfect teeth? Don't ask questions. And they got all the bodies.
They were
It's
all,
true.
it was it was all Indian skeletons were used in medical places.
Oh, it's so strange.
Just
isn't
awful.
it?
I've not seen Van Huygen. Was it Van Huygen?
I can't remember. I went to his.
He wore a hat.
There was an exhibition in
Creepy guy.
Edinburgh, and I went to see it.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get some of the sort of, they had postcards, but they had a watch, and it was like internal
A
organs
belly
or
button
something.
in it.
And I thought, oh, I want to get that. I think it was like £100 or something. I was like, I'm not getting that.
No, because you're
It was-
tight.
It was,
Tight.
it
But
was
you had
expensive.
people running and stuff, but they would remove like tattoos and things. So if you donated, I think the thing's still going on.
Yeah.
He's died, but it's a big industry.
I don't know if they would have done it, but I had to do a will for one of my jobs once
Right.
because it was quite a dodgy job. And you had to set everything up before you went. Big insurance.
Yeah.
Big insurance. And you had requests that you could pay for, and I wanted knock-knock jokes tattooed all over me before my body was donated to science.
Yeah.
So someone's going to have to do knock-knock jokes all over.
Oh Jesus.
Isn't that nice?
No.
That cost me £80 on my insurance.
Oh fucking hell.
But I can't imagine they'd actually fulfill it. They didn't do it because you're dead. They go, oh, fuck this piece of shit. Because when you're donated to science, people think, I'm going to be used for research
The
and that.
dentist.
No,
get
they
hold
just
of-
practice on your kneecap to see what it looks like. And
The dentist get hold of you.
did the dentist still get them now? Because I thought they had models.
Have you
that they
seen
do.
those medical things? Those heads.
They're incredible.
They can
really
drill
good.
into them. I would imagine they still see something.
They've got to get.
They've got
something
to get
real.
something. Yeah, they
Yeah.
wouldn't. They wouldn't. Yeah, they will.
Or they might have the fake head, but there's a jaw put in it that's real.
No, I think they'll probably. God, I'm speaking shit here, but they'll do they'll drill in that into these fake heads. These ghosts.
Yeah.
There's a name for them. I can't remember.
Yeah, I know
There's
what you mean,
ones
though.
from like the 1930s which look like alien. They're
Yeah.
metal heads, and I think it was like real teeth to put into them.
Oh, wonderful.
There's during in battles back in medieval times, they'd
Mm-hmm.
run onto the battlefields and pull out the teeth. Because if you lost a tooth, what they would do is they would just chop an old and
And another one in.
they'd
That's
pull out one
incredible.
person's teeth and whack them
Just
in.
put it in.
Have you seen wooden teeth in that?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
whoa.
great. A lot of them out of whalebone.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Oh, what?
Incredible stuff.
Have you seen an infant skull?
No.
A baby skull with all the teeth coming in?
Oh, yeah. There's
Oh, what?
There's loads of it. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I downloaded a game,
I bet you did.
and it's Sniper 5, because I finished Sniper 4 and Sniper 5.
Snappy
World War
title.
II.
Uh-huh.
But every bullet, you follow it.
Uh-huh.
And then as you get to the person, it goes like X-ray. And so when it hits them, you see their heart explode or their lung collapse and the ribs come out of them. But I shot a guy in the testicle, and the testicle blew up, and he goes, ooh, as it happens. It's really funny. It's incredibly brutal.
Jesus Christ.
But I at first I thought, this is pretty gross, but you follow every bullet, it shows that people are getting really hurt instead
Yeah.
of just falling over.
It's better than the old war films where people just went,
And they just fall down.
Yeah, quietly, they're
rather
just
than a
like,
chunk of them
just
falling out and they
like-
bleed to death screaming
Yeah.
for their mum.
getting their arse shot off. Imagine if you lost both cheeks of your arse.
How would you sit down again? How would you ride a bike?
How would you do? We wouldn't be able to do this.
Can't sit.
think
I'm
Lee-
standing
I
here.
think Lee Marvin was shot in the arse going on Iwo Jima. I think he was on the
sure.
beaches.
It's
and
quite
like,
common because it's
Yeah.
an unprotected area. So yeah,
shot. Well,
God
bullets
almighty.
ricochet all over the place. If somebody's fucking machine gunning towards you, those bullets will just be.
I saw
a shingle beach. Can you imagine the bullets hitting the sun?
oh, just everywhere.
Oh fuck!
But I was watching a video, and it was a guy with a big 50 caliber rifle or something at a range, and he shoots, and here comes the bullet back again, bouncing straight back at him. It's terrifying. Just bouncing along the sand, and he's diving out of the way. And that happens quite a bit with them
Does it?
because you'll see
Unpredictable.
bits fire. Well, that's the thing with a bullet. as soon as they hit something, they go all directions.
It's people try to break into a place and they just shoot out the lot with their handgun.
Yeah.
It would just bounce back.
That's not safe.
You just bounce
bang,
back and
I've
kill
shot
them.
myself in both my legs. You're lying there just going, that was a disaster.
Shite.
Yeah, guns are
silly.
You know what it turns out? I found out. Guns are dangerous.
Oh, very, very dangerous. Projector. No, in films, people always get shot there and they're fine. They're like,
oh, not the bone shatters into your lungs and everything.
That'll kill you.
Yeah.
Not surviving that.
It's like when they get shot in the arm and it's sort of straight through an artery and you just bleed to death with seconds.
Bone bounces about.
No.
Bullet hits you anywhere, it's stopping you.
The most realistic bullet wound I ever saw was in Tango and Cash.
Right.
When Kurt Russell gets shot right through, I think, the heart, and he goes, it just went straight through, I'm fine. And then they just walk around like nothing happened.
Fuck.
That's the way it works.
There was a lot of people in World War II. One guy, the bullet, it had been shot, can come from miles, and it just went to his cheek and just twisted, and it was just in his cheek. And it didn't
you
even
see
break
that?
his teeth.
There was just from
run
the
out of juice.
Ukraine thing, there was someone with a bullet in their head and they're pulling it out.
Fuck.
And they're just right there.
Yeah.
Went through the helmet and stuck, and they're pulling it out, and he's like, they couldn't get it, and eventually get it. And they're all just laughing.
Oh my Lord.
It's mental. And the amount of footage you see, whether it was from the Iraq war or whatever, and people are like, because snipers like to film themselves shooting, and then bang, right above them. So someone's shooting back at them and they just miss or something. You're like, there's one shot.
Snipers are kind of despicable.
That's what war is.
Well, I know, but
you're just picking people off.
It's funny how enemy snipers if they caught snipers during the war, a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Because it was seen as against the rules.
Yeah.
But your guys were good.
It's just nonsense. It's just war is brutal.
But they're a different breed of people. They were fighting these wars within wars.
Oh, to
in
do
Vietnam
that
and stuff. They were hunting each other down.
It's a crazy thing. But I saw one guy.
Who was a guy who would have an ice cube so his breath?
Oh, that was he put snow. That was the Finnish guy.
Yeah, he got shot in the head.
Yeah, a grenade or something. Ripped his face off.
The
stitched it back together. Went back out. He's killed hundreds. Didn't even have a scope because the scope made him too high above the gun, so he kept low. He was just born to do that.
Yeah,
absolutely insane. I was watching one American soldier, and they were going into their bunker. There's a little gap this big to put a rifle out. He's walking along. The bullet comes through, it hits him in the head, and their helmets are incredible. Bang, like that, and he's like, and they're all like, medic, get the, and he's like, I'm fine. But holy shit, that bullet hits him square in the head.
Waiting there.
Someone's waiting. He come through and they nailed him.
Fuck
if it wasn't wearing that helmet, it would have been nothing left of him. And it kind of wakes you up very fast, because you always see bullets going out. You never see the bullets coming back.
Yeah.
And when they're that close and the impact
you'd
is
be
incredible.
dead before you heard the crack, wouldn't you?
With that, he would have no concept of anything happening.
My Lord.
Because the speed that thing hit him. Then there was another one, quite a famous shot. There's bulletproof glass. But whoever was waiting, the sniper, didn't see the glass. So as the guy walks in front of it, wham, this glass just shatters to pieces and the bullet's in it. And it was a perfect shot. They've just been waiting and waiting and waiting.
Am I led to believe they shit themselves? You don't get up. Again, if you're lying there, if you need to piss, you're not getting up, so you just piss yourself.
That's what
piss
they do.
Poop.
Or you roll it into a bag and
just lie there.
You just get it.
Oh,
there's all this sort of thing.
I've
read some books about snipers.
I'm not really wanting to be killing people.
It sounds awful.
That's fucking with your brain.
There was a bit of footage, and it was the second invasion of Iraq, and there was a young soldier there, and he's, and I think he was an officer, young guy, 26, something like that, 27, something. And they were talking about it and saying, so what's it like? And he goes, I know that when you kill someone, you kill a bit of yourself. And he'd only been there a few days. And he's killed someone. This statement just came out. You're like, what does that do to you? What's the eventuality? What's the outcome of that? That's scary stuff.
It's still murder.
But it's
murder. It's sanctioned, but it's
sanctioned.
Still,
so you can justify it to a point, but then I think that runs out. That's why so many people are suffering. They've been in war.
That's why I never understood the whole thing we had. Corporal punishment, hanging people. That person's hanged you.
Yeah.
And he's doing it not out of any passion or
No, it's just a
mental
job.
illness or anything. It's kind of even worse. Just this coldness of it.
The coolness.
Who was a
very
big
scary.
hangman guy? Pierpoint.
Right.
He just had all these diaries and stuff and went about it in a very, again,
It's a very strange thing. It's a very strange thing, killing like that.
Weird.
It's. I watched a documentary, and it was an American pilot, and he flew a bomber, and he was wanting to go back to see where he bombed, and they went, "Oh no, this is a sign of this." He wanted to know what happened to the people. He wanted to see it, and that's not good.
There was the American pilots that dropped the bomb in Japan. They'd went back some reconciliation thing, and these Japanese people thanked them for doing it because they said that saved lives.
Isn't it insane?
Because if the American troops had got to the mainland, far more people would have died. That's nuts.
It's war. It's
awful
and terrible, and nothing.
It's despicable.
Of sense comes out of it.
There's no good.
You know, it's but
it keeps happening time and time again.
But it'll never stop.
Never stop.
It can't ever stop. It's the nature of the beast.
Yeah,
I'm afraid. That's cheery.
That's cheery.
Wait, hold on.
I'm Jeanette Cranky. We can turn this show around. Now it's all happy. Make love, not war. Make love. In fact, come round my house. I've got biscuits. I've got penguins, bourbons, and custard creams. Oh, and blowjobs. If you're a good boy, I'll give you a Scotch Abernethy. Oh, an Abernethy. You know who has them? Susan has Abernethys. Have you ever heard of the game Soggy Biscuit? Soggy Biscuit, for our international listeners, is where young men stand in a circle and wank off onto a biscuit. The last one has to eat it. Or you could do it on my face. It was also called the digestive game. Oh, I don't know that one. Do you know Jaffa cakes aren't a cake? They're just a biscuit. But you don't wank on them. Or you could. They're very absorbent. Do you want to lick a chocolate off my Jaffa cake? I'm sitting here being Jeanette Cranky, and I'm wondering, right, it's just went through my head. Do you think the men like shagging me because I make their cocks look massive? Jeremy Beadle had a small cock, but on the other hand... The doctor told him, Jeremy, dip your balls in cold water and you'll have loads of bairns.
Oh, Jesus.
This will look funny on video.
But this won't work.
Will it not work on video?
It'll be fine.
How will it look?
Will it look?
That'll record.
No, that record. What we do.
Will they see us but hear this voices?
Yes,
Oh.
I take this audio and this audio. This is why it takes me so long because I've got to put that audio on that.
God.
We don't use that.
Could be potentially.
Have you ever watched our show?
No.
You've never watched it?
No.
Oh my
Once or
God.
twice. Once or twice.
Well, that's what takes me all my time when I go home. I've got to take this audio and then I've got to match it up to that, and that takes about an hour.
I used to listen to it.
But you don't anymore?
No. The thing is, if you listen to it, it could affect how you do it. Or sometimes think just go for it. You know what I mean? You try and go, I'll do that better.
I've been talking about this recently.
Yeah.
I'll talk about what I've been talking about. I have indoor jokes that you can't ever share.
Right, yes.
Right? And I have things that I say here. But I think I need to do a bit more in between.
Right, okay.
Because I do censor myself.
You censor yourself on this?
Yeah.
I don't think we really should censor ourselves.
I do. Because, and the thing is, I don't say anything particularly offensive.
No.
But, I find myself censoring things.
Yeah.
And
no,
do you think we should?
No, I don't really. I don't think we say anything appalling.
I don't. Well,
we're not appalling people.
No, we come from a good place.
Yeah.
We're not ists and isms, and
no,
we don't fall for that bullshit.
No.
We don't want it in our life. We don't. and we're surprisingly woke, I think.
Well, yeah, but it's see the ludicrousness of everything.
But we enjoy. Right, okay. The things that, put it this way, the things I get the best jokes from are the things I agree with.
Yes.
The things I can attack the easiest are the things I agree with.
We don't punch down. No, we do go on about junkies a lot.
Oh, hold on.
Is that punching down?
Now,
We're essentially junkies in my own fashion.
the thing with punching down
Mm-hmm.
is that you have to be very careful with that.
Mm.
Because if you're punching down, you might consider yourself better than someone.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest now. I'm not better than anybody. I consider everyone
Well,
an
better than
equal.
Bobby Davro.
Fuck him.
Better than Chris Shadowins.
But, easily.
Okay.
But I don't look down on people.
No.
I consider everyone an equal. And when I am, if you're punching up,
Uh-huh.
that's, I consider to power.
Right, okay.
Right?
Mhm.
And I don't think everyone has power. I don't have power. I don't have...
Nobody has any power,
Right,
really.
so I don't
so
feel...
transitory and fleeting.
If there's a joke to be made over someone or a something, I'm not attacking them.
Yeah.
It's a joke to be made over a situation. And I am 99% of the time the butt of the joke.
Yeah.
My ignorance
Just
or...
their very appearance is amusing.
Exactly. So
Elon Musk, they keep saying he's a very powerful man.
Yeah.
I don't know if he is.
Because he affects Dogecoin or whatever, who cares? He's getting sued for that anyway for 250 billion
Is he?
or million or something, I don't know, because it's a pyramid scheme. People have that have invested their money went, wait a minute, this is a pyramid scheme. Yes.
Oh, fuck.
Yes, it is.
He's
And
a
you're
shady-
losing money.
I don't think... I think he's going to squander his... I don't think it's going to financially... Financially, he'll be fine. He's got so much money, he can't blow it.
Yeah.
But I think his legacy will be tarnished. I think he's a bit of a clown, but I just don't feel like he's not going to be on Mars. He thinks he's going to be spoken about like one of the great human beings.
No, he's not. And do you think that the same way
Steve
that
Jobs was lionised, but do people speak
no
about
one
Steve
speak about
Jobs
him now. No one cares. And I think he's going to disappear as quick as he arrived.
Yeah,
Because the moment people go, I'm sick of this shit,
yeah.
or they figure out that it's all bullshit, then he'll be done.
He relies
It's completely
on,
publicity.
Yeah,
Completely publicity.
for
So
himself.
it's a very strange thing.
I guarantee he's got an office full of people typing out memos saying how wonderful he is. Being in that Avengers film and all that kind of...
He was
I don't know.
He was talking about he was going to take over Twitter
Never happened.
for freedom of speech.
Yeah.
But there's been some people at his company last week that criticised him and they got sacked.
Okay.
And you're like, well, that's...
Okay.
That, you can't have that.
No, but if guys that are freedom of speech guys are always like that. They
Yeah.
don't like personal criticism. It's weird.
But isn't it strange that it's not even criticising him, it's criticising some of the business.
Yeah.
And if I had, say, a couple of employees here and they went, listen, we've got to tell you, you're fucking this up.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you listen? They're on a different level of seeing things.
I just don't think he's worth the money he claims to be.
No, I don't believe so. No, I don't believe
there's
so.
people who are very, very wealthy. Like Amazon guys got to be fucking
Bezos
wealthy.
is really, really rich.
He's got he can't not have money.
Yeah.
Amazon is just everywhere. It's just and but they say they've got a very weird company, Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
People don't stick at Amazon. Management change all the time.
Yeah.
It's not designed. They don't want anybody getting their feet under the table.
Mm-hmm.
It's designed like that. It's very chaotic.
But that's what you do with your generals.
So Amazon's...
You keep changing your generals.
Amazon's
so, yeah.
run... We have almost a skeleton staff. It's so strange. But you kind of know other Amazon people. There's faces there. Who else do you know apart from Musk and Tesla?
I don't know anybody.
Nobody.
I don't know names.
The whole
Not at all.
business is just a fucking mirror he has. Just to kind of... It's weird.
It's a very strange thing. And I think, but this is something we've discussed before. If you
Pallets.
make over...
Companies that make pallets.
Yeah.
There's pallet millionaires. Guys whose company just churn out pallets.
Yeah, the
pallets.
strangest support item and
Yeah, just
little things you would never think
you
of.
think somebody's quietly they've not become a big person, they're not known for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Can guys make it's just weird. But this
So,
big shiny
The psychological thing,
Yeah.
if you make over £125,000,
Tesla.
if you make over that, you start not noticing it. That brings you happiness.
Yeah.
If you make 80 or then you make 100, you can actually improve your life and do amazing things. But after that, you kind of top out,
Yeah.
right? and it doesn't bring you any more happiness. So it's just an
No, but
accumulation
you just
of wealth.
end up spent. You just get all this money. Guys that get.
So you change. So do you think once you start getting to these levels where you're being invited to things that you don't maybe deserve to, it's just because you got money, you start believing it. You start.
But they get these prizes like Nobel Prize and that. Does anybody say, I just don't think I don't want this? They don't turn down these awards. It gets them.
I think they take it because there's a cash prize to the Nobel.
Somebody's just sold a
Prize.
Nobel Peace Prize. A Russian guy, journalist,
Right.
sold it, and I think he's donating the money to orphans in the Ukraine. I think. I read an interesting thing about James Gandolfini.
Right.
When he was doing The Sopranos, he got he's a star, rightly so, and he got a big, huge pay rise, and he split it into £33,000 packets and gave it to the rest of the cast.
Oh, it's nice. Keanu Reeves moment.
Yeah,
The guy
good
in
thing
it.
to do that.
Can't remember his name, but what was
Keanu
the
Reeves
guy
has done that repeatedly.
with the white hair, the teddy boy hair in The Sopranos?
Paulie guy, yeah, great.
He's the star.
Yeah,
he's fucking wonderful.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
brought a humour to it. It was.
Yeah,
He was dangerous and scary, but also very funny.
the one they get lost out in the woods somewhere.
That's wonderful. They're eating. What is it? They have ketchup or something. Fucking great. That's really good.
But Keanu Reeves has done that repeatedly.
Yes. But he said the amount of money that he's earned could serve him several lifetimes.
Yeah,
Doesn't need it.
no,
He doesn't. And even though
Because
people
Susan
say
sniffed him, didn't she?
Susan, bless her, my neighbour, sat behind him and sniffed his hair. And I said, because I have to be honest, I wanted to know. I said, what was it like? She said, just weed. You just smelt of weed. I went, okay.
He must have noticed.
He had to notice. He gets this all the time. He can take and just tune out to strange women sniffing him, sneaking around.
She kind of sneak. Has she got soft feet?
She's got a bad limp at the moment.
Is she? Like
She
her
can't
flick?
come in today because of her. She fell during lockdown
That's such an old lady.
on her
isn't she?
steps.
Did she?
She battered her knee, and
Uh-huh.
it's still not healing. She's away to get some more treatment for it.
Did you
But
two a right
apparently
couple of
it's-
limping bastards?
I
there?
limp now because of my
Is
nerve
it
damage.
matching legs?
No,
Opposite
different
legs.
So between us, we can walk.
Yeah, like Jake the pig, the extra leg.
But my limp is
You're like a push me pull you.
my cycling is great now,
Oh,
and I'm doing my 37 kilometres every night without thinking.
Oh.
But the limp's still there.
oh.
But when I push down, it doesn't affect me. But it's the
Ah.
lifting I have trouble with. I can't
Oh.
lift my toe. It's nerve
Ah.
damage,
Oh.
and that came from my fucking neck taking a seat out of a car at my work. I was leaning
small-
under it, and I just
The worst injury I did to my back was leaning back to pick up a pen on the floor, just like
yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Oh.
I saw a guy once on a documentary, and he was about to do Everest,
Mm-hmm.
fit as fuck, sitting around the campfire, sneezed, and slip disc, helicoptered out.
Jesus.
It's so quick.
That's
it's so quick
That's
you can just-
embarrassing, isn't it?
Happens, man.
Oh.
It happens.
Oh.
But when you're in mountains like that, you're meant to take every injury
They
extremely
could have-
seriously.
The Sherpas could have pretty much dragged them up, though. They do. They'll just
They'll
drag you up.
But I think if part of your spine separates, you've got to go home.
Because there's a lad that's on guy, he wheelchair of the Manchester bombing, but he was up Kilimanjaro.
Right,
But
okay.
he's in the wheelchair. But it was like all the guys, porter guys, must have just dragged
them up,
Because
yeah.
there's no way he could have got up there. But I'm led to believe Kilimanjaro, one side's very dangerous, another side's.
Yeah, I think there is an
Yeah.
easier way up, yeah.
It looked bleak, like the surface of the moon.
I think it
just-
would be nice. I think it would be nice to see.
Once you go up there, Kilimanjaro, that seems in the shadow of Mount Kilimanjaro.
Was that
Baboons.
baboons? That was good.
That's a good film.
That's scary because baboons are fucking
Oh,
terrifying.
a baboon, a male baboon.
Oh,
fucking
they're
see them when they
huge.
yawn. Jesus.
The teeth and
They
they're
will-
aggressive.
They will
Yeah,
fuck you to death.
They are aggressive.
They will
as
just fuck you to death, man.
Brilliant,
A
brilliant.
baboon. It's like that scene in The Omen.
Yeah.
You know how they did that?
No.
The baboons attacked the car.
Right. Yeah.
Well, what they did was the boss baboon.
Mm-hmm.
They took it out of the tribe or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and they anaesthetised it, and they had it in the back of the vehicle.
And they're all trying to get it out.
And the others see this and are going fucking
Oh,
crazy.
that's incredible.
Yeah,
God, that's abusive.
yeah.
But we talked about this before,
Mm-hmm.
and it got me thinking. I have really shrunk this seat. I'm getting a new seat.
Yeah, again, you see it. There's
Now-
a seat in my floor in the corridor. You could have that one.
I'm not going
Bit spunky.
No, I'm going to get a clean one. I'll go
Okay.
around the corner to the recycling place, see what I can get.
Well, okay.
So, talked about this before. Sequels,
Oh,
right?
you're
Omen.
enamoured by that Maverick
The Omen.
shit.
I've still not seen it,
Oh.
but The Omen, a new Omen.
I like the first Omen, the Gregory Peck one.
It's patchy.
But there's bits in it which are it's a
But
film
there's-
of moments, of scenes.
Yeah,
Damien, Damien, that's good.
That's a great scene.
Patrick
she
Troughton
handles it.
there's some good bit.
Brilliant.
The birds, yeah.
The head cutting off scene, and
It's a good,
because you
it's
know
a-
it's coming for ages. But
it's a good reimagining of the whole mythos, King Satan, and that. I kind of like that.
yeah,
putting it in a
but
modern
wasn't-
context.
It wasn't perfect.
No, it's not perfect, but none of
Wasn't
those. But it was like, it was a big tent horror film. They started to make that.
Yeah, this because that was 'cause
Big
The
stars.
Exorcist.
Because big stars wouldn't have been in horror films. It was all
No,
genre
that
bullshit.
was seen as bullshit.
Oh,
yeah,
you're not doing
but then
that.
you had The
The
Exorcist.
horror guys were Karloff and fucking...
Yeah, and The Exorcist wasn't just good. It was like shit. That's one of the best films ever made.
The Exorcist still got a
It's-
power to it,
It's
yeah.
wonderful.
Max von Sydow was just fucking
Have you read the book?
terrible.
What?
I think Blatty's a terrible writer.
I love the book.
I think he's a terrible writer. I think he's a hack. I don't like
you
don't like
you don't
Blatty.
like
No,
Peter. Oh my god,
no, I don't like
Peter
Blatty.
Cushing reading it.
Oh, that'd be interesting to hear.
It
Peter
was
Cushing.
great. I was driving my
okay.
Nissan Javelin
Yeah, okay.
up from Moffat,
Aye,
and I was listening to it, and I got scared.
Oh.
It was good.
aye.
It was good.
I like The Exorcist. I like the third one with George C. Scott.
Well, when I first
That's
saw
a film that's getting
better
Yeah.
in time. Now, when I first saw it, I
Oh,
wanted to see
yeah.
The Exorcist, and I was disappointed.
Yeah,
But that script
yeah.
is one of the
it's a
best
great
scripts
Great film.
ever
Great film.
recorded.
Great film.
Wonderful.
The relationship with him and the priest is some good dialogue, realistic
And you know what I
dialogue.
loved in it? You didn't see anything.
No.
When you're looking
It's
at
the cups
George
of
C.
blood.
Scott and he lifts the cover and it's his friend, he's sickened and he hates it. He hates it. It's wonderful.
yeah.
And then when he goes in the dream bit and there's Fabio and Fabio's there's an angel, and then it's the little kid that was killed.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, I missed you." And he goes, "Oh, I missed you too."
It's a good face,
And it's
George
so
C. Scott.
weird.
Seen him playing Patton.
That's great. That's great. That's
he
a
won
good
an
film.
Oscar for that, but I think he turned down. He refused the Oscar.
As you should, because it's a stupid thing.
Is Oscars get a recover? Is there going to be an Oscars next year?
There will be, but I don't know what they're going to do
It's a ridiculous thing.
because they're going to have to really
They
think
don't
about this.
realise how ridiculous they are.
Yeah, that's why
they
Ricky
don't
Gervais
realise.
with the Golden Globes done a great job.
They don't realise how ridiculous they are. They need to. They're just. Oh, fuck.
What I liked at the Golden Globes when Ricky Gervais was just doing his bit,
He was quite brutal with them.
I think it was wonderful.
Yeah.
Right, it made everyone watch.
Yeah.
Nobody watched the Golden Globes, but Robert Downey Jr. come up and he says, "You know, it's a bit nasty. It's a bit nasty atmosphere." It's like, shut the fuck up. He's talking about you.
Okay, Dr. fucking Doolittle.
Right, but you see other people in the audience, other comedians or comic actors or stars pissing themselves
Yeah.
from beginning
It's
to
like
end.
a roast. It's a
It's
roast.
like Brad Pitt said, brilliant, loved it. He only goes for him. It's
Yeah.
like, fair enough. It's
Yeah.
Although I don't like roasts.
No? But they're in on it.
They're funny.
Have you seen some of the ones like Sammy Davis Jr. ones on YouTube, the old ones?
No, I've not seen
There's a
them.
Betty Davis one where Vincent Price is good.
Yeah.
Vincent Price, if you get a chance, watch Vincent Price being interviewed. He's just this charming. He's a delight.
Oh, right, okay.
He's a great cook and painter. He did all kinds of, in fact, a Renaissance man, Vincent
Oh,
Price.
right, okay.
But his persona was just,
Yeah.
a lot more to him.
A lot more to
Wonderful.
him. But the
What was
roast...
Vincent Price's last role?
Johnny Rubberhands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so ancient in it. It's
He's...
wonderful.
Oh,
So old.
I was convinced there was makeup on him,
No,
but
he's
I
so
don't
old.
think there was. I think he was...
Orson Welles' last role?
Orson Welles' last role... that would be... Oh, let me think. Oh, I'm gonna know. What was it?
Transformers, the movie.
That's right. You've told me this. That's
Unicron.
right.
He says, I'm doing this shite.
I had that. Give me a terrible cough.
I love that fucking film.
I've never seen it. You rave about
Mate, you
it.
need to watch it. The soundtrack, it's just like, oh man.
It's
so-
no Into the Spider-Verse, which is amazing. That blew me away.
Well, there would
That
be no Into
blew
the
me away.
Spider-Verse without Transformers, the movie.
Are you convinced?
Yeah.
Is this a fact?
100%.
Well,
100%.
I was
Spider-Verse was
absolutely
very good, yeah.
blown away by that.
Yeah,
There's
it
a
was good.
sequel to it,
I believe so.
to the Spider-Verse too,
Yeah.
but it was so beautifully made.
Yeah.
And the acting, the voice acting was just perfect in it. Really good.
Mhm.
Really good. And I'm going to say something else.
What?
I think a lot of the voice acting in Pixar films has been terrible. I think a lot of it has been bad.
Well, they go
But
for, they
the
go
films-
for they go for stars rather than voices.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
And the film is so well made that you ignore how bad the voice delivery
the
is.
Toy Story stuff's good.
The Toy Story stuff is okay.
That
Okay.
Lightyear's done badly, very badly.
Yeah.
People are confused by it.
Yes. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, it does. It's just a film.
Yeah, but what's happened?
People think, is
You followed the toy.
this a film that was made to sell the toy,
Mm-hmm.
or is it yeah, it's confusing.
It's
people.
confusing.
It doesn't matter.
It's a
films
mess.
don't confuse me. It's just a film. It's quite simple.
Yeah,
But they got rid of Tim Allen because he's a piece of shit.
he is a piece of shit. But
Convicted coke dealer.
yeah, but that's when it used to be allowed.
It was
It's
allowed.
okay.
Everybody liked about the coke.
Everyone was okay. But no, I
Our
can-
Prime Minister went in for sinus surgery.
What? What?
The PM's just been in for sinus. He went in to get surgery in his nose and he was out of the hospital by 10 o'clock.
Is that how
Sinus
it's done?
surgery. I don't know. It seems suspicious to me.
It's sinus. Is this when people are exhausted? Sinus surgery. There'll be a big hole in the middle.
Well, he
yeah.
had that famous cut in his nose, down the middle of his nose.
I've never seen this.
Look at it, but that cut, they often get, can they pay the plastic fivers?
Yeah.
If you're snorting coke, often people will get a wee nip in the end of their nose.
Oh,
I don't know.
That's it.
He's a truffle pig. He's a guy that likes stuff. He'd lick out Fanny and he'd snort. Let the truffle hunt you again. Just like
That's disgusting, man.
Him and his fucking father. You imagine they would spit roast people.
His no.
Stanley. To me, to you, to me, to you.
His father has moved to France and got French citizenship.
French citizen.
Isn't that amazing?
If I was Doctor Who,
Uh-huh.
I'd go back in time and just castrate Stanley Johnson. My first thing I'd do, and then I'd pack in, I'd retire.
And then that's it, you're done. Do you think, I was looking at the new Doctor Who, Scottish guy,
Scottish guy, yeah.
good for him, that's great.
Doogie Howser's going to be in it.
But, oh yeah, that's right, as the toy maker
It's
or
a
something.
it's a children's
thing.
Children's thing.
But I've realised the person that would make the perfect Doctor.
Let's hear it.
And I don't want you to be
Is her
offended.
from Supergran still?
No,
alive?
you.
Oh. What, like
You-
a trans-dimensional pedophile? Is that what you're saying?
I didn't call you a paedophile.
Well,
What you-
Doctor Who is a pedophile.
Oh,
We've
right.
discussed
I
this.
just thought this was a self-report.
I don't have a
Jesus.
TARDIS. But could I have one proviso?
Okay.
Could my TARDIS have the chameleon function?
And yeah.
Because he never fixed it. Because the Master, he would turn into like a pot plant and stuff.
Yeah,
He
that's
could
what
hide.
you need.
The Master could be over there and it would be the curtain.
I know what you're talking about. I actually followed that conversation.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could get that back.
Aye.
But I have a reason.
And I
why
wouldn't
you'd
have
be
wanted
doing-
an assistant. I'd just do my own shit.
You imagine you,
Uh-huh.
just being cantankerous you,
Uh-huh.
but with aliens and in the universe.
Oh.
I think I would watch it.
I'd love to put my finger in
Oh.
a Zygon's head holes.
What's this icon?
a Zygon? It's a
Yeah.
thing. Oh, fuck.
You know too much.
I know. Well, the funny thing is, 'cause
fucking
when I
dog.
was a kid, I got a book. It's like a book, and it's like all the aliens of Doctor Who,
All right. Okay.
and it was all hand drawn, painted ones.
All right. Nice.
And it just
nice.
had the A to Z of Doctor Who.
Okay.
It was brilliant, really
Okay.
good. So I've not really watched that much after Tom Baker and Peter Davison. I've not seen much.
Okay.
Betty,
well,
the Zygons. There's a famous one, the Zygons, and they enlist the help of this Loch Ness monster. And the Loch Ness monster's going up the Thames, and it's just a fucking sock puppet. It's the best
not
thing.
as good as Loch Ness Terror, which I discovered,
Oh,
or Terror at Loch Ness. I can't remember.
have
it's
you
easy to
seen
find.
Have you seen the incident at Loch Ness with Werner Herzog?
Yes, that was the strangest thing.
Odd, wasn't it?
It was the
Odd.
strangest thing, and everyone making it was just convinced this was going to be the greatest film ever made and
It was,
documentary.
but it wasn't. It was all it's weird.
It's
There's
just
real
a-
people in it,
Real, it's a strange
isn't
thing.
it?
I think the concept was valid.
But it's just a just a piece of fluff. I kind of quite
It's
enjoyed it.
It's mad
Pair
though.
of tits in it halfway through, isn't there?
Oh, there's always got to be tits, man.
But
That's
he's a
what makes it
fascinating guy, Herzog. But he just makes up his own bollocks. Can he's like mythologized himself.
I saw him. He's actually a good actor.
He's a brilliant actor.
He's a good actor.
He's
which is strange.
in the Tom Cruise the first what do you call him film Jack Reacher film,
Yeah.
which is good.
Yeah, he's good in it.
B-movie goodness. He's
got
the
a-
Zek.
He's got a slowness.
I need a man who would
It's,
bite off your own finger.
Yes, I need this. I need this. Do you have any biscuits? Jammy Dodgers?
He was
I
quite
like a
so,
jammy
yeah.
Dodger. But I do like him as an actor. But I was watching an interview with him. Now, was it Louis Theroux? I can't remember. Someone was interviewing him.
You get shot.
And he gets shot.
An air rifle.
An air rifle. Yeah, but
It is not a significant bullet.
hold on. In America, air rifles are not what they are here.
No, it just
It'd
goes
stop a
through-
fucking elephant
goes through
there.
his sock.
But it's,
Somebody does shoot him.
he does
I
get
wouldn't
shot.
be surprised if he was in on it. He's
It's-
more
it's
than capable
just
of
shoot me. It made me look like, the hero of the story and the tale. And then when I relay this to people, they'll go, "Oh, you got shot. What a story. Talk about it forever." Very good.
it. His
Do you have any biscuits?
the Grizzly Man documentary is wonderful.
That's good. That's a good
It's
one.
just a
I
wonderful.
eventually got around to that.
It's
kinda
it's
amazing.
Engaged. Yeah, some of it are wonderful.
There's great documentaries.
Timothy
about-
Treadwell.
Great documentaries, but I haven't got any recently that has really blown me away.
Watch Tickled.
I suppose that is a couple of years ago. I watched that.
Killdozer.
That's good. I couldn't sleep after Tickled.
Yeah.
The world had changed for me
It's horrible. Just a guy just fucking with you.
because this is the stuff you go. It's a kind of a straight to video on demand story,
No,
but it's
it
real
uncovers the
and it's power and it's creepy and
how
it's
people with power get money.
whole areas you
Just
would take over,
Fuck you. Fucking everyone was terrified.
and they're
of him.
terrified of him.
Yeah, it could just fuck you right over.
Now I watched that, and I realised the only way out of that, someone would have to kill that guy.
Oh, you need to because
The only way
the
out.
law will not protect you.
It's
Well,
terrifying.
imagine you're on your bike,
Mhm.
you got into an altercation with somebody in a car,
Mhm.
and that person was just a lunatic with vast wealth,
And they just
decided
decide
to make you.
there's nothing you could do.
what
There's
are you
only
gonna
one
do?
way out.
Where would you even know? Oh,
And when they found him,
mm,
and I advise anyone if you
Yeah.
want a depressing night in, watch Tickled.
yeah,
But when they found him, he's just this piece of shit.
yeah,
And it was when they were talking to his aunt, and she
Yeah.
goes, "Oh, he's back at that again."
yeah,
They all knew,
yeah. He was like a trust kid. Yeah.
but worth hundreds of millions.
Yeah,
And he would
awful.
just use this money
They
to
can just use the law
make
against you.
videos of people tickling.
I'm a big believer in the truth. If something happens to you, you can go and tell people. But
There's a reality to that,
We
though.
live in a country where no, they can have a super injunction and stop you from
and stop
telling the
you.
truth.
Yeah, that's unique to hear. Super injunctions.
I don't think it works as well as it did because people just go on the internet.
They go on the
and said
internet.
It was,
Things
it was
are-
Ryan
yeah.
Giggs.
Yeah,
Ryan Giggs is super injunction. I think Tim Fallon's got one.
yeah, but
And
you just go on the
people
internet now,
yeah.
and if you go on Twitter, people.
But
They
each
just put the name.
year, you have to put the super injunction in
Mhm.
again. So it's not a lifetime. It's
Yeah, because we don't have anything close to freedom of speech in this country.
no.
That's why there was a poor lad. There was riots going on in the UK,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a poor lad in Dundee
Mm-hmm.
sitting on his Xbox in his underwear. He was like 14, 15.
Yeah.
And he says, "Let's all head downtown and riot," and continued playing his games. But he said it to his friends. This got reported. He got arrested and done for it.
Jesus Christ.
We don't have any freedom of speech. There wasn't any intention of rioting.
No.
It was just joking with his pals.
In his pants.
Yeah, you've got to be careful what you say here.
There's a Netflix documentary about SWAT. It's in a number of subjects, but one of them is like swatting.
Oh, Jesus, that's a scary
And these
thing.
gamers, the way they speak, it's quite a misogynistic environment. The
It's
gaming
terrible,
community.
yeah.
And the things they say to each other who are supposed to be friends is appalling.
Mm-hmm.
But they'll swat each other routinely. And
People
this,
have died.
this
Yeah.
guy got shot. But
Wrong
the-
house.
Yeah, but he got arrested, and the two people got arrested. But the policeman who just shot the guy came to his door, and the policeman just shot him.
Wrong house.
Wrong house.
That was in Kansas.
Yeah.
I think the guy was from LA or something.
So you see how he's reaching for someone, shot him,
Just
killed
shot
him.
him.
And they
Wrong,
left him lying there to die.
wrong
They
house.
walked over
wrong-
him. Nobody
yeah.
even went to help him.
It's that swatting's kind of scary. I watch H3H3
Uh-huh.
podcast, and they've been swatted a few times, but they've had to tell the police, and now they know who they are, and they
Right.
give them a phone call and that. It's fucking scary.
It's fucking
It's
terrible.
just, but who would do that?
No, there's a generation of kind of quite jaded people. You need to meet people in the flesh. And
You can always tell
react and
someone that's
speak.
never been punched in the nose.
yeah,
I've been punched in the nose.
yeah,
I was just a kid.
yeah.
Now, if I translated that to an adult punching me in the nose, I don't want it.
It does wake you up a little bit. I've
I
been
don't
punched
want
in the head
it.
a few times.
Yeah.
But like,
we can tell.
just these people who just like all their friendships are just online. It's not that good. And
Yeah.
there are people who will happily just be plugged in.
Me.
Yeah, I'm no.
But I've never been a... The funny thing is, I know lots of people and have lots of interactions, but I'm not a social person.
No.
I'm not at all. I'd rather be... You're a social person, aren't you? You like company.
Yeah, well,
people.
no, I dislike people intensely.
Yeah,
But I
fair
can
enough.
fake it and come across like I really like people. I despise everyone.
Because...
And no, but if I was to go into, I'll go into a bar
Mhm.
and I will speak to the, I'd end up getting in a conversation. I'll speak to people.
Mhm.
I'm an extrovert.
I'm the same.
yeah.
I can get on... No, I am an extrovert. I'll get on with anyone, but I don't want to.
Right. Okay.
Does that make sense?
No, it does. People are complicated.
I'm just like... I remember...
But all this like when the whole world shut down, I can't say I missed people.
I didn't miss anyone. My mate would go to me, you coming down at the weekend?
Yeah.
I'd drive down Newcastle way. And I'd go, yeah. And he goes, I'm getting a party together. And I go, I'm not going. Now, if I was down there and a party happened
Mm-hmm.
and loads of people came round, I'd have a ball.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact he said, I'm having it, I'm
Oh.
not going.
I'll be
I'm
honest
not
with you. I don't need any more friends. I've got to a stage in my life. It's a lot of effort
Mm-hmm.
to get to know somebody. Kind of I give them the survey they have to fill in and stuff. It's a lot of effort.
Of course.
I've got to get that signed.
You've
and
got to do
I've
the
got to give a lot-
examination.
Examining.
Yep.
I can't be arsed. And at the work, there's new people start, and I don't want to hear about their kids
Yeah.
or their dreams and their
Mhm.
ambitions and their hobbies. I don't know. So now I just kind of try and avoid all that.
It's like when new people move in to
Yeah,
this floor or
yeah.
something, and I'm nice to them. I'm always polite. If you need a shot of trolley, or
Yeah.
anything, I'm nice, but I don't want to.
Don't we hear about other stuff?
I don't
Their
want-
baggage.
I don't want to hear it.
Pe-
I've got enough fucking
Yeah.
shit to deal with without
yeah.
hearing everyone else's.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have that need or that desire.
You don't need. I've spoke about this before. I'm distrustful. People that get married and on their stag night they've got 200 people. That's not true.
Yeah,
you
that's
can't have
not-
200 friends.
You don't have that.
But people have fallen for this notion. How many friends you got? Well, on Facebook, I've got 4,000 friends. That's
No.
it. That's not friendship.
I know. There's you. There's my girlfriend.
Uh-huh.
There's Susan.
Oh, God almighty, this is
Ju-
sounding really bleak.
Julia pops up.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Julia. Does she listen to this?
She doesn't.
That's fine.
She doesn't. She doesn't. She
Okay.
doesn't. Julia pops up. She's actually due to come up over a meal.
Mm.
She got the last one. Really nice. Really nice.
Okay.
I'll have to catch up. Did I tell you? I was cycling down.
You saw her?
Yeah, and she was just standing blowing bubbles on
She'll
her
do
own.
stuff like that. She's going to get herself sectioned.
Jesus Christ. And I said to her, I shouted loud, "What the fuck are you doing, you fucking idiot?" And she turned around smiling. Like, that didn't bother her. She turned around smiling. I went, "Oh, hi, Derek. How are you doing?" I was like, fucking, there was just no reaction.
I quite like those bubbles, though.
They were fun. I had a shot.
You ever tasted a beef flavoured one for dogs?
What?
You get beef flavoured bubbles for dogs.
Right. You say shit like this, and I
It's
go and
true.
tell people,
It's true.
and I feel like an idiot because you've
'Cause-
wound me up a few
Because
times.
dogs snap at them.
Yeah.
But it's soap. But they've got.
But now they can eat them.
Yeah, they can eat them. 'cause
That's
they've
a
got beef
wonderful
flavour.
idea.
Yeah, beef
What a
flavour.
wonderful idea.
Yeah.
Well, I love that. It's very sweet.
Yeah, beef flavour.
My cat,
Mm-hmm.
3-month visit up to the vet. We're very nervous because you know he's not well.
Right.
The vet said, if it wasn't for me looking at his records, I wouldn't know there's a thing wrong with him. He's doing amazing.
Oh,
So keep
interesting.
doing whatever you're
Oh,
doing.
that's
He's doing
okay.
really well.
Well, I discovered my cat's a hooer. A few streets down, there's this old lady with cats. He's been
Oh,
going
no.
down there once a week, every day. But she was playing it cagey, but she's been fucking feeding him.
Oh, you
But
can't
you
do
know,
that.
you know what I think they've been feeding him?
What?
I think she's been giving him like dreamies or skin shit.
Yeah.
And he's been desperate to get down there.
Oh my God.
You don't feed another person's cat.
My neighbour.
Mhm.
No, you don't do that. My neighbour, when he first moved in, his cat went missing.
Right.
Cat got out of the house.
Aye.
He was this was his best mate, devastated, right? He eventually got him back after 3 months. It was amazing. It was a great story. But one night, it was one of the people along the road had seen him, phoned and said, this cat's wandering about here. And as it turned out, it was right. So I go along with a packet of Dreamies. So I'm walking along. Bo, I turn around, there's like 12 cats following me. They all know the sound of Dreamies. Their eyes are
They're
wild.
not good Dreamies. What's in them?
They're
Is
just
a catnip
shit.
or something?
I
There's
don't know
something
what
in
it is.
them.
They fucking love Dreamies.
Yeah,
I've
they're not-
discovered something new.
They're full of wheat.
Whiskas Dentabites.
Okay.
Good. My cat takes ages to eat them.
Right.
So he's really scraping at the teeth. But he loves them more than Dreamies.
Mm.
Give them a go.
Dreamies.
Very nice.
So
my
this,
cat-
this woman, she says, I've not picked him up yet. I'm like, what do you mean? Why are you picking up my fucking cat? If I try and pick him up, you're in for a big shot. Yeah, but so I'm thinking, what do you do? So I'm just keep him in the house.
Keep him in. Give him, unfortunately, a few weeks.
Yeah,
And then he'll stop doing it.
yeah,
It has to be a few weeks.
yeah,
Because when you get a cat, what is it, 3 months you're meant to keep them in?
yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, so I'm not having him going down there because he's on the street and everything.
Mhm.
Fuck's sake. But she's got other cats, which are house cats. So I don't know. I think he's maybe trying to get into their cats. There's something going on.
That's like
But
Susan.
she's not. But she's definitely. He's not going down there to visit her because she's lovely.
No,
It's food.
I chase cats. If the
It's
cats
food.
come in, because that's someone else's cat.
It's food. Yeah.
There was only one cat a couple of years ago. This tortoiseshell fluffy thing. This wee girl, you could tell, beautiful wee cat.
Mm-hmm.
And when cats stare at you,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they're trying to communicate. They're like
Right.
they're needing something.
You're having a moment with a cat.
And I was like, this cat keeps staring, and then it followed me. And I was like, oh, what's going on here? So I put the camera. Do you remember I took the camera from here and I
Yeah.
put it up? The cat came up, put some food out for it. It was eating the food, but the cat looked healthy, big size.
Yeah.
I went, nah, it's just been put out for the night.
Yeah.
It's buggering about. Turns out, no, it was homeless. It was pregnant.
Oh.
And it was a neighbour of mine. Saw it jumping with something in its mouth. What's that?
Oh, kitten.
And it was all its kittens.
9,
all good, all healthy. They all got homed. And
Oh,
that
well.
got a home as
Oh,
well.
Okay.
So it was all good. But it was in his garage.
Oh.
And it got through a little bit at the back, and there's all the kittens.
Oh, what?
And he thought, well, I'll go in. And when he went into it, is it going to be scared? No, I was just happy to get help.
Right.
So he went and got them food and got them to the Cats Protection League, and they got them all.
You hear this? I
sorted.
think it happened in Russia that like an abandoned child ended up being brought up by these puppies.
Oh, yeah.
Getting
It
his
does
wild
happen.
stuff.
Yeah, it
Oh.
does. You hear
Yeah,
stories.
so that neighbour down there, I maybe write her a letter, leave my fucking cat alone.
More letters. Do you have to keep writing letters?
I won't write a letter.
This is your way of communicating with everyone.
Angry letters. It serves a purpose.
Is Lorraine Kelly still mad at you?
Well,
Who have you been talking to recently that's famous?
I've pulled. I was getting too intense, man. I was feeling the siren call of Hollywood. Kind of. I was getting pulled. I was getting invites.
Oh, God.
Brian Singer invited me to a pool party.
Oh.
So I said no,
It's
Brian.
because you've got that twink look about
that
you.
twinky look about me.
Oh, Jesus. Not to the
Kevin
pool parties.
Spacey was keen on getting us over. My friend Ross was molested by Kevin Spacey. He went to
Jesus Christ.
he went to the Old Vic, and Kevin Spacey bought him a gin and like, nah, he didn't. But I've said to Ross, you should
say it.
say it. There's maybe some money going about.
Oh, my God.
But he says he bought him a gin and said, "You're a man after my own heart," and they had a wee menthol cigarette together. But Ross went there again, and Kevin recognised him. But Ross isn't his cup of tea. He's a bit more husky. Yeah.
Oh, has he got a bit of beef on him?
He's a bit of beef on him.
Nah, he doesn't
Nah,
want that.
he's
He wants
safe.
to
Safe.
Me, when I was 22, I would have been in trouble.
In trouble. He'd have peeled you like a fucking banana.
My God.
But he's in court just now in the UK, Kevin. He's come over here.
Yeah, he's...
Some historical stuff's bounced up.
It's...
Because all these accusers in America are all dead.
Yeah. This has been a JFK moment where they all just die.
They've all died, yeah.
They've all just
all
died.
died.
Or it's
The
very
laddie,
strange.
that ginger-haired guy that's in one of the Star Wars things,
Star Trek. Yeah.
he was in a relationship with him when he was like 15, 16 or something.
Jesus,
it's not a
man.
relationship, an
No, it's
abusive.
not.
But
That's terrible.
he said he spoke openly about it.
Yeah.
So no, Spacey.
No,
piece of shit.
Spacey, it does seem like a fucking
real-
arsehole.
They said even a personal thing. They said there was a guy that was in that Baby Driver film, and it said it was completely ruined. Kevin Spacey was appalling.
Really?
Really unpleasant guy. Yeah, horrible.
Why are people like that? Why
But
do
yeah,
they
and
just choose to
when he's on,
constantly-
when Lorraine Kelly interviews him, it's all charm. It's
Yeah.
wonderful. But deep down, he's a turd.
Why are people like that? Why do they...
Fame.
Is
power.
it just fame? It's
Yeah.
the fame and power,
That's
the money?
thing they're important.
But you're not.
Charlie Brooker did a thing where the stages of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like he done. Well, he's quite a big shit now. Big
Yeah.
deal with the. Has he done a film? He's definitely done the
He's
Black
doing
Mirror
a
stuff.
lot better. Yeah, he's doing really well.
So he was just a stereotypical angry gamer dude in his house.
Mhm.
That's what he started. But anyway, so he was on set, and then the first day on set, somebody's like that. How you doing? There's your chair. Would you like a coffee? How would you like it? And you're like, oh no, thanks. No, don't go to any
Yeah.
trouble. Day 2, is your chair. Would you like a coffee? Oh, thanks. I love a coffee. Day 3. Hey, oh, chair. Oh, coffee. Oh, you've given me cappuccino. Can I have latte? Day 4. Where's my fucking chair? You know what I mean? Very
Yeah.
quickly you get used to
I could imagine that.
power.
Yeah, it's
Power.
a weird
I don't
thing.
like bossing people around.
Apparently,
Mm-hmm.
Clint Eastwood's son, what's he called? Jim.
Clonk Eastwood.
Well, he's meant to be an absolute delight on
Is he?
set,
is he?
and he does. Nobody does anything for him. He does it all himself.
He's like an airbrushed Clint Eastwood.
He's an even more handsome.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's not got the grit his dad did.
Yeah, he's a pretty boy version.
His dad's not.
His dad had deep crow's feet when he was 15.
What was the famous one? They were saying like Clint Eastwood and somebody else was pals with back in the day in the casting agents, and the guy said, "You're getting nowhere with that big fucking Adam's apple. Your Adam's apple's stupid.
That's all weird. The people are
So you're never going to make it." Yeah, but his son's airbrushed and he's not got. He lacks something.
But apparently,
He's
on
not
set,
had a role. He's not had a role.
But I hear this was a lot of actors
Yeah.
that are meant to be great.
Gruffalo, Buffalo, Ruffalo, Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
A delight. Supposed to be a delight.
See, people do it, but they realise that they've been put in this position of power and privilege.
Fluke.
And they go like that. No, that's dangerous, because I think they realise everyone on set is as important as them.
It is integral to. If
Yeah.
they realise acting's a pile of shit,
Mm-hmm.
don't take acting seriously.
Yeah.
It's make believe.
Yeah.
It's all make. It's no different from being on the rep. doing
I
a
like when
pantomime.
you hear actors that are still best friends with a lighting guy they were on a
Yeah.
film with 30 years ago, and because
I
they
always-
maintain relationships.
Any job
like
I've
that,
ever
yeah.
had, I make sure I'm friends with the people that've got the food.
Yeah.
Make sure the
Yeah.
canteen people, that's who you befriend.
I learned it early on. It was from someone, and I remember I was working at a taxi firm and I had to do all this paperwork.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't do it. And one of the girls
Mm-hmm.
in the office said, like, just bring it through,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I went, no, I can't. She went, bring it through. I'll do it. It's easy. I'll do it for you, and you've got enough on your plate.
Mm-hmm.
So they split it.
Ironically,
between
you
four
didn't
of
have
them.
enough on your plate because you
I didn't.
barely eat.
Yeah, that's true. There was 4 of them. They'd done it all. Now I went and got a box this big of cakes as a thank you. My working relationship, they didn't throw anything my way. You just little things to grease the wheel
Yeah.
and be nice. And I remember I got a lot of biscuits and stuff at
Yeah.
Christmas. All the drivers would drop you something off as a wee thank you for the year and a Christmas thing. So I would split them all up and give them to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't need to do that. They're yours. I went, no, I think we should just share it all. And it's not bribing. It's just
Yeah.
you're showing a wee bit of
If you-
consideration.
What I've learned, I choose to ignore it every day, but what I've learned is if you get up and you're nice to everybody the day goes by quicker.
Yeah.
But I'm too embedded in my delight of petty grudges.
Yeah,
And
but
animosity and
see, this is the
conflict.
thing. For being antisocial, I was always polite. And even if someone was rude to me
Well, I'm always polite.
in the
No,
workplace,
no.
I would stick to it.
Oh, no,
And then
no.
you'd find
I'm
it
not
would...
polite. I just roll my eyes at people's faces.
Oh, I'd get people coming in, see you fucking cunt, you this and that. I went, I understand, mate. Come on, I would just keep going.
Are you okay?
I would just
It's
keep
okay.
going.
You got you got hurt deep inside.
I would just
Were you
keep going.
breastfed as a child?
Because as soon as I walked into work, it wasn't me.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing a character. That's the way I felt.
I once got in
I
a
just could
I
tune out
once
to it.
got in a fight with the entire security team. Like a rugby team as well from the university. And I was getting we're going to the bar. I was a little bit drunk, and I'd got served. And some guy had an issue blaming me because I hadn't pushed in ahead of him. And what I did was he was calling me all names under the sun. And I turned to him and says, "Have you heard something?" And he goes, "What?" I says, "You've heard something." Like a little whiny noise, like a little chirpy little bird noise, like not a man's voice, like a little effete sparrow noise. And he got so incredibly angry, he just didn't know what to do. But he embroiled all his friends in the matter as well. But I played it so ridiculously offensive. I got away with it. They just didn't. They didn't.
My
they thought it was like
bullshit's-
Mad Murdoch.
Yeah, my bullshit's got me out of
Yeah.
a lot because you just go way over the top.
If you thought you were going to get a hiding, imagine if you just took. Serious, you thought people were going to kill me here.
Yeah.
Just take your clothes off.
I do that anyway.
No, but it'd be like you could do something ludicrous.
Just, yeah, you fucking cunt. Is this what you want?
Is this what you want? I don't
want to do this. You just run back. Yeah, you bastard.
Stop whacking and run after them. You could
They
could
change their
You
mind.
could disperse crowds.
Yeah.
Zigzag. Just
That was a
zigzag.
chilled episode.
Wasn't it?
That was relaxed.
There was the energy went out. We did all our laughing in the first
No,
one.
I don't think it's a lack of energy. I think sometimes
Uh-huh.
we do need a chilled
You
episode.
get in a groove.
We need a relaxed.
Because
one.
a lot of our listeners, they don't have partners to have sex with, but when they're making love to a puppet or a special pillow,
a
they
fleshlight.
like to have us in the background. A fleshlight's too sophisticated for these guys.
We do know.
Because a fleshlight does have a representation of a vagina on it, so they'd have no idea what that was.
Yes, what's this?
They'd
Wash their spoons in
they'd
it.
probably just stick their cock into like a bag of spanners.
Sexy. Ladies and gentlemen,
Ta-ta.
until next time, wash your balls. I don't even know what this episode was about.
It was just it was a meander.
A meander. That's what it's called.
It
Meander.
was a tutor. It was
Okay.
a meander.
The first one that we recorded that you heard a few days ago
Uh-huh.
was, what was that?
That was a focused one. That was
Upgrade.
That was up.
And then this
is,
one is Meander.
yeah.
But they're separate. This t-shirt's a completely different. Do you
No,
like
they're
my
completely
t-shirt?
different.
What do you think?
Terrible.
Footloose.
Big nostrils.
My Footloose t-shirt. Because I'm still going through puberty.
It would be good if it was a closer picture of Kevin Spacey's face.
Mm-hmm.
No, Kevin Spacey, Kevin Bacon, and the nipples were just at his big nostrils.
Anyway, I got this because I'm still an angry young man. And when I get angry, I dance. I dance my energy out. And then I'm not angry anymore. So where you do it, man.
Terrible film. I don't like Footloose.
Laters.
Ta-ta.